Angel Reese is out for the year with a
Ouch.
season-ending injury.
Angel Reese is sitting out games due to an injury, and some fans are calling her a quitter. But what if I told you there's way more to this story than meets the eye? Let's talk about what's really going on with Reese and the Chicago Sky.
What a year. I never could have imagined last bucket of my rookie season would be a 3. But maybe God's saying give them a taste of what they'll be seeing more of in year 2, LOL.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Do you remember the days when it was tough to play despite pain? That was just turned on its head by Angel Reese. Not for the reasons you may think, her injury video caused quite a stir. We can't help but wonder, how much does it truly cost to endure the suffering? The revelation that Reese's ankle resembled a golf ball was a shocking bombshell. Attention everyone, that is not a sprain. This is some significant swelling. Things become crazy though, since Reese didn't opt to tough it out like all those other athletes.
Through it all, I've showed that I belong in this league, even though no one else believed. I'm not so sure about that. You're the 7th pick in the draft, Angel. I have ever wanted to come, dub, and make an impact.
Sitting out and concentrating on getting well was her decision. Someone would think that fans would be understanding, wouldn't they? That is incorrect. There was a lot of pushback. Speculation began to circulate that Reese had abandoned her squad. They said she was betraying everyone and wasn't dedicated. Reese found herself smack dab in the center of what seemed like a social media inferno. Wait a second, let's stand back and see the broader view. Even this season and the upcoming game aren't the only things on Reese's mind. Her entire career is in her sights. She expressed her desire for a lengthy and fruitful career in the WNBA in her video. Meanwhile, did you hear? That's astute reasoning. Put it in your mind. What number of athletes have we witnessed who attempted to play through ailments only to have long-term issues? Uncountable numbers. We don't see enough athletes like Reese who's taking the long view in this situation. And here's the thing, Reese isn't thinking about the here and now, she's thinking about the future. Could that be a wise decision? No one is asking anyone else that question.
Probably it had to be, it got to be dislocated, especially if it's season ending. She was at LSU.
Oh,
even
yeah.
though she was drafted 7th, and even still, you know, people still chirping.
There is, on the one hand, the traditionalist viewpoint. Keep playing no matter how much it hurts. Your squad is counting on you. This is the mentality that has been instilled in sportsmen for many years. We can't deny that it has sparked some unforgettable events in the annals of sports. Contrarily, there is a new generation of athletes who are putting an emphasis on living a long, healthy life. They're planning ahead for more than simply the upcoming game or season. Their whole careers and futures outside of sports are on their minds. And this is when the decision made by Reese becomes truly intriguing. It's not as if she's making a personal decision. In terms of how athletes deal with injuries, she may be leading the way. Hey, it's okay to put your health first, she seems to be implying. The problem arises, however, at this point. The Women's National Basketball Association season is intense but brief. You can't lose a game. The absence of a star player like Reese has an impact beyond her. It has an impact on her squad, their postseason prospects, and the entire league. There are many immediate repercussions to think about, even though Reese is planning ahead. The fans must also be remembered. They shell out cash to watch top-tier athletes compete. The absence of someone of Reese's caliber is disheartening. Will an athlete's health take a back seat to what fans expect? I don't know the answer to that question. The Chicago Sky completely turned the tables on you right when you thought things were getting crazy. They flourished in Reese's absence, not only survived, everyone is now asking if their initial assessment of Angel Reese's influence was incorrect. Everyone is talking about the game that the Sky recently played. They scored an astounding 192 points despite being without Angel Reese. That's more than just a victory, it's a declaration. The score was a 192 to 77 in their favor. This is the type of score that causes you to take a second look. The intriguing part, though, begins at this point. They improved as a unit and not only scored a lot of goals. The offense was humming along, the ball was bouncing about, and everyone was pitching in. Their performance without Reese on the court is akin to discovering a new gear. Now, let's shift our attention to Camila Cardoso. Her performance was outstanding, and she contributed significantly by scoring 10 points and grabbing 11 rebounds. A player's career can be turned around by that type of performance. Cardoso proved she is more than a reliable backup. She is an intimidating opponent in her own right. At this point, supporters are beginning to pose challenging inquiries. Many observers noted that the Sky improved their performance once Reese was benched. Someone went so far as to say, low-key Chicago's Sky is playing better without Angel Reese. How insightful. Anger like that has the potential to ignite a raging debate among the WNBA community. That being said, it's not limited to admirers. Even basketball experts are getting in on the action. Their main point is that the offense seemed more fluid, and that the ball movement was much better. A specialist said, the offense was alive, they moved the ball, like, the team looked much better. A professional, not a fan, has made the astute observation that the team could use their star player less. In light of this, how does Angel Reese fare? This game is just putting fuel to the fire of the controversy surrounding her injury video. Some on the team are beginning to question whether her position requires reevaluation. What does that indicate about her worth to the team if the Sky can win and win big without her? There are a lot of moving parts. One thing is certain, Reese has skill. A reason exists for her to be a star player. Contrarily, basketball requires players to work together as a squad. The coaches can't turn a blind eye if the team performs better together without her. Angel Reese's status in the conversation may have been altered by this game. Now it's about more than simply her injury. Her role on the squad and her effectiveness in games are now the main points of discussion. Although she isn't there, the Sky still managed to win. Someone said it best, turns out Chicago can win without Reese. A team's dynamic can be drastically altered by such type of statement. Behind the scenes, there's another game going on, and everyone is buzzing about the Sky's tremendous win. Every elite athlete must master this delicate balancing act. Furthermore, Angel Reese now faces far more complex regulations. What could possibly be more bizarre than the victory of the Sky? Athletes in this age group endure immense pressure. We need to discuss why Angel Reese's choice affects more than just this one game. To be a top-tier athlete requires more than simply performing at a high level on game day. Even though most fans never see it, it's a relentless job. Every action made by players such as Angel Reese is scrutinized. How they deal with injuries is also part of it. Reese wasn't only mentioning missing a game when she shared that video about her ankle. She was deciding about her professional future. Put it in your mind, she risks losing her entire future with just one misstep or crash. Every day these athletes face pressure like that, and however, the tough part starts here. Most fans think their favorite stars should have superpowers. They long to witness Reese's spectacular playmaking while he's on the court. Some feel she is betraying the team when she takes time off to focus on her health. It's not an easy situation to be in. Reese was met with a great deal of criticism. She was criticized by certain admirers for her negative attitude. She was reportedly leaving her team, according to others, as if they failed to remember that she is a human being with a body that needs healing on par with everyone else's. The trouble is, though, that Reese isn't merely planning for the future. Her entire career is in her sights. Considering the transient nature of WNBA careers and the importance of each season, it is prudent to prioritize physical fitness. Nowadays, it's about more than just being tough. The focus is on the duration. The pressures these sportsmen face can be better understood now. Being a good player is only part of it. Being an effective leader, contributor, and business person is all part of it. Asking that of someone who is still finding their footing is asking too much. Being a famous athlete in the modern era is incredibly difficult, as Reese's story demonstrates. What occurs on the court is only one part of it. It's about taking charge of your reputation, well-being, and future simultaneously. On occasion, those details don't fit together perfectly. You put it in your mind. Some may have deemed Reese irresponsible if she had continued to play while injured, exacerbating the situation. However, she faces accusations of selfishness when she prioritizes her healing. Everyone is losing here. We learned something significant from the entire incident with the footage of Reese's injury. The focus should not be on a single club or player, that which concerns our treatment of our athletes. Is it more of a show or actual individuals with careers that we perceive? The reality is that there is more to being a top athlete than simply playing the game. At the same time, you need to take care of your health and your reputation in addition to your profession. And it isn't easy either. Most people will never face this delicate balancing act. Keep in mind that there is a bigger picture at play the next time you observe a player taking a break from a game or practicing. The next game isn't their only concern. All aspects of their careers, including health and yes, life beyond athletics, are on their minds.